What's up everybody, I'm Zach. Welcome back to Aerial Assault, and so far, man, the support has been overwhelming. I appreciate it so much. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you have, thank you. I really appreciate it. And as most of you know, I got to use the Reach camera arm from Out on a Limb Manufacturing during the recent Tennessee Velvet Hunt. I've learned some things. Me and Matt have talked. Some other people have had some issues. Today I'm here to show you some of the things that I think you should do to care for your arm before you ever take it out, and some of the things that I think will fix some of the issues that other people have brought up. Hope you enjoy, and I hope this helps. The first thing you'll need to do is find a screwdriver with a plastic handle. Then you'll find your bubble and press down firmly on your bubble. You need to make sure that it is seated properly. Then you're going to need a 1/2" wrench, and a tube of bow wax. Next, you're going to loosen up your bolts with your 1/2" wrench until you can separate the arms and see between the nylon washers. Then you're going to take your tube of bow wax, take your arm, spread the 2 nylon washers, and do your best to massage that bow wax in between those nylon washers. This will help assure that there's no noise. Then tighten the nuts back up and be sure to work the arm a few times, and it should be ready to take into the field. Now that I showed you what you should do to your arm before you ever take it out, now let's address some of the complaints that we've heard and that I myself have had. One, the strap that comes with this base is only 4 foot long. So what do you do if you climb a tree and it won't fit at climbing height? That's only going to happen on about probably 5% of the trees I climb. But what I do is I carry an extra carabiner in my bag at all times, and I actually have to happen to have a daisy chain from doublesteps.com. And what I do is I'll take the carabiner and I will clip the carabiner into the loop end of the strap, and then when you're running around, you'll hook your hook end of the strap into the daisy chain, and it'll cinch right up. And I'll show you that. All you gotta do is throw your daisy chain in around the tree, just loop it wherever you want, cinch this as tight as you can. That'll take the slack out of the daisy chain. Cam your bolt buckle over, watch your fingers, and that thing's solid as it is with just the strap. One thing I did not mention in prior to use care that I probably should have, and this is totally personal preference. Do you want a sturdy arm, or do you want a light fluid 3-pound arm? It's going to be 3 pounds no matter what, but if you want it to be as fluid as possible, you need to have these bolts just a little loose. If you want it to be more sturdy and not have any play, you need to tighten these. And the way to do that is to put a little bit of pressure on the end, or have your camera on the end. I do not have my camera on here right now because I'm using it. But if you'll push on this end, grab here, work this one up and down, and you'll feel that play. You just tighten it a little bit until you don't have that play. You'll do the same here. Grab this arm, tighten this a little bit until you don't have that play. I really prefer it a little bit loose. I don't worry about a little bit of sag, but if you do have a little bit of sag and you don't like that, I'll show you how to set that up next. I'm going to go put my other camera on and record with it. I'll have this camera on the end so you'll see my full camera setup. It's a Sony AX33, and I'll show you how you can remove most of the sag from this really lightweight arm. Okay, some people complain that there was a little bit of sag in the arm, and yes, that is true. If you look on this end and it's level, and on this end it will not be. Basically it's a 3-pound arm, but there is some play because of the joints. If you take the play out of these joints, like I previously told you, check those, tighten them all the way down until that play is completely gone. There's still one place for there to be play, and that's right back here on this bushing. There is a tension knob there, and yeah, you can tighten it up, but if it's just sitting right there when you tighten it up, it's going to stay exactly where it is. So what you need to do is grab this arm back here, or either up here on the camera end, and pick up and remove all the play out of it that you can, and then twist this tension knob as tight as it will go while lifting. And then when you lower back down, now my bubble on this end that was unlevel, it's still got a slight amount of sag, which is very expected with this small of aluminum, but now my bubble is within the circle. The tightening of the bolts, it does not completely affect the arm. It does make it a little bit stiffer. It's not as fluid, but if you want a sturdy arm and you want your arm to be completely level on each end, then to each their own. I hope this will help you fix whatever issues you have. All right, everybody, I hope that helped address some of the issues that you might have had, or some of the issues that you've heard other people have with the Reach arm from Out on a Limb Manufacturing. Be sure to go Out on a Limb Manufacturing's website. If you ever need anything, Matt Garris's personal cell phone number is on there. He'd be happy to help you. And like I said, his customer service is second to none. He actually reached out to me and said, hey man, I know you've used this arm. I know you put it to the test. I need some feedback. I got some people who have got some issues, and I want to know if it's going on with your arm. He didn't wait for me to contact him. And that's absolutely awesome. Not many people are willing to do that. So like I said, the Reach arm, Out on a Limb Manufacturing. Hope this helps address some of those issues. Please subscribe to the channel. Aerial Assault. See you next time.